because he comes from a theatre background, a serious drama background, it really does add an extra dimension to the comedy, because he really does make you dig deep. For him, it's not just about punchline. And as much as I say, why are you doing it? I go, because it's funny. He goes, that's never a good enough reason to do the joke. There's got to be substance to your work. And that was so we with Technicolor, there was just lots of fighting and lots of fireworks, but we put together an awesome show that really was the story of me finding my voice. And about a year and a half or 2 years of touring that, I eventually sat down with him again. I said, okay, cool, I'm become a dad now. I'm writing a show about being a dad. Here you go, here's all the material. He read it, he went, this is not about being a dad at all, it's about your issues with your wife. Let's go. So we wrote a show called Learn a Husband. And the Learn a Husband show was essentially about asserting the voice that I discovered in Technicolor. And then when it came to writing my third show, and it was just a natural choice, because we've come to a point where working together is we understand each other. And he understands my limitations, and I understand what he means just by a look or by 2 or 3 words, you know what I mean? So to have that kind of relationship with someone who stands on the outside and says do this, do that, and you get it immediately is a very useful relationship.
You are known as the king of relationship comedy. What exactly does that mean?
You know what, I think it's because of Learn a Husband, because I toured so much with Learn a Husband. I mean, we really we did it in Durban last year, and it was just because it took us such a long time to come to Durban. But it in fact got written like 3.5 years before we got to Durban, and it toured to 60,000 people, so it really had done very well. It was when it toured in Durban, we in fact brought in a bridge show. We brought the 1-hour version, but when we ran in Cape Town and in Joburg, it was a 2.5-hour show. So it was a mammoth show about relationships, and I think that's kind of where the king of relationship comedy comes from.
Speak to us about Going Nowhere Slowly. Are you still doing it? Are you going back to it?
No, I haven't done it in a while. The last bit of television I did was actually kind of Going Nowhere Slowly-ish, because I did a show called Diary of a Touring Comic, which was a lot of fun. It showcased what comics do when they hit the road and tour. But Going Nowhere Slowly was an awesome experience. I got to do it over about 4.5, 5 years. I did about 6 seasons of it, and it was an awesome experience, just traveling the country, just getting in a car and just drifting around and feeling very much as though you're on a road trip with a bunch of buddies. I mean, that's all it was. We were a bunch of really good friends, and we just drifted around and spoke shit and discovered the country. So it was an awesome. It was like being sent on holiday. It was great. It was really a great experience. But I haven't done it in a while. I think also because of the nature of it, because it's not a structured shoot. So we go away for 6 weeks, come back for a week or 2, and then look at the footage and go, okay, that didn't work. Go away for another 6 weeks. So because the director was really he was really precious about it, so he didn't want to put out anything of substandard quality. So it meant that we shot a lot. And being married with kids, I think it would be slightly impossible. I don't think my wife would be too pleased if I said, honey, I'm leaving for 8 weeks.
I can imagine.
Although, I mean, you know, having said that, technology's changed. Like back in the day, I remember being out of contact with people for so long, because there was no roaming, and we were only just getting cell phones, and cell phones were very expensive, and we were on pay as you go. There was no internet on your phone.
Absolutely.
Goodness, no. So I think it would be quite interesting to do it now. It would be very interesting to do it.
Okay, final question. What can we expect in Money is Too Tight to Mention?
Okay, so myself and I, we wrote a phenomenal show. It's called Money is Too Tight to Mention. This is the last 2 times I'm about to perform the show. It's been touring around the country, and it's about to be released on DVD. And Durban, it's the last 2 nights that I'm going to do it. So I'm very excited, because it kind of feels like a project that's kind of come to term. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna give it up. So I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also very excited. The show has got an awesome narrative because of Heinrich's direction and involvement. It's a cool story about basically surviving the tough times. I know everyone's kind of feeling the pinch financially, so if you're feeling that way, trust me, you're not the only one. Everyone is feeling it. Come and watch the show. You're gonna laugh out of pain and out of recognition, and you're just gonna really have a great night out and walk out and go, oh, that was so funny. And I'm not the only one. We're all kind of struggling, and we're all gonna be okay.
Wonderful. Stuart, thank you very much for speaking to Durbantainment TV. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the show.